Hey Dana, over the last 5 or 6 years, it seems as though from a matchmaker standpoint, you guys have really done a good job of making sure the matches were made properly in terms of action. Can you talk about styles make fights and how you guys have come about the matchmaking process so there's more action?
Yeah, I agree. Styles do make fights, and not just styles, but the fighters too. The type of fighters and guys who have that fighting mentality, and that's what these guys have. All these guys are hungry. And here's the thing. Here we go. It sounds like I'm going to be crapping on boxing again, but I'm not. You know, these guys, boxing had that same old story, man. I came from the mean streets of such and such. If it wasn't for boxing, I'd be dead or in jail. That was every guy's story. It's not the case with these guys. These guys are all intelligent guys. Most of these guys went to college, and these guys could be doing anything they wanted to do. This is what they choose to do because they love it. They're passionate about it. They're into it. And when you get guys like this, you get great fights. You know, I don't ever really have to sell these guys too hard on getting out there and fighting. It's all about these guys. It's all about the fighters.
Rosemary Clark with Undefeated Magazine. What's next for the UFC? What goals and accomplishments that can we see that that has not been met so far?
Well, next week I'm flying to Brazil. We're putting on our first fight since we've owned the company in Rio, and it's amazing how fast this has grown in Rio. It's exploded. Their economy is exploding, and just to give you an idea, and you know, in this economy and in this market, and as much as we've been doing business all over the world, you know, there's some places that we knew when we went into Toronto for the first time that it was going to be huge. You know, we broke every record there. We sold 55,000 tickets, and this was a few months ago, and it was amazing. We felt Brazil could be big. We just didn't know how big. So we ended up getting a 14,000-seat arena, right? The day the tickets went on sale, 350,000 people were online looking for tickets. So we probably could have done a soccer stadium. So I'm kicking myself in the ass a little bit there, but, you know, you gotta, I don't know. It's going to be big in Brazil. We're focusing on Brazil right now. We're flying down there. We're going to fly to all the different cities, and we're meeting with mayors and politicians, and we're talking about moving this thing all over that country. We're talking about Korea, Japan, India, China. So we're going to continue to open up these new markets. Like I said earlier, you know, this thing works everywhere. People get it, and people like it.
Adrian with Undefeated again. This is for, speaking of Brazil, the UFC's got two, without a shadow of a doubt, the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world are from Brazil, Anderson Silva and Jose Aldo. Jose, what are you looking to do this fight? Kenny Florian's got a ton of experience. He's coming down to take your title. What are you looking to do differently? Are you looking to make an example, to make a showing, and beat Jose Aldo pound-for-pound king?
Anderson Silva's Anderson Silva and Jose Aldo's Jose Aldo, but all I can do is train hard and do my job, which is go in there and win fights.
Dana, Mike Columbus with TXMMA.com. There's been a lot of speculation recently about what's next for the UFC, TV deals and whatnot. Without getting into speculation or confirmations or anything, how do you think the UFC fits in a broadcast sports landscape that includes football, racing, Major League Baseball, and everything else?
Yeah, I think it would be great, and I'm sure you're talking about the SBJ article that came out today. You know, people have been asking me to comment on that. I didn't comment when the Wall Street Journal said we bought G4 either. You know, so when you're in these negotiations, you know, all rumors start flying and everything else. But to answer your question, I think it's time. I think we do fit in to the sports world with the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, etc. And I've always said that what would take it to the next level would be a broadcast deal, being on one of the major networks. But to do that, you have to have the right deal. There's been other organizations out there that have popped up and jumped on the first network deal they could get. But if the deal doesn't make sense, you're going to go out of business real quick. So we've been very smart, and we've taken our time and built this thing slowly, just like you do any other business, no matter what carrots we're dangling out in front of us. We know we're in this thing for the long haul, not in this thing to make money and all this. We're in this for the long haul. We got into this because we love this sport, we're passionate about it, and what we want to do is build a sport. And to me, building a sport is where everybody all over the world plays by the same rules. And that's our goal, that's what we're working on, and when the right deal comes, we'll take it.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
My question's for you, Dana, as well. It seems like anytime the spotlight is on Texas, as far as mixed martial arts is concerned, there seems to be some kind of snafu with the TDLR, whether it be judging, refereeing, the oxygen incident at Strike Force Houston. How closely do you work with TDLR to put on an event like this, and how concerned are you going into an event like this that something's going to happen?
Is it just Texas? I mean, we've had some problems everywhere. You know, the thing you have to understand is first of all, this MMA is still a work in progress with the judging, the referees, and everything else. We're doing the best we can to help educate these athletic commissions, and you know, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Look how long boxing's been around. Did you just see the Showtime fight the other day? Anybody see that? Wow. Right? I mean, boxing's been around forever. It's going to happen. It's unfortunate. I'm probably the most outspoken promoter on earth about this happening, because the thing that really drives me crazy when the commissions don't nail it 100% is it affects these guys. You know how much time and money and energy and how much of their life they put into a fight, where one guy that has no clue what he's doing, who has no business refereeing or judging a fight, just sitting over there writing shit down or makes the wrong call, whatever his deal is, it affects people's lives. That's what drives me crazy. And the thing that I've said lately too, the best commission that I've dealt with has been Pennsylvania. Because the thing about Pennsylvania is when they make a mistake, they'll admit that they made a mistake, they review it, and then they overturn decisions. Nobody expects referees or judges to not be human. We're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. At least admit that you made the mistake and go in and correct it. So I'm not scared of Texas or the commission here. You know, things happen everywhere we go. And hopefully everything will go smooth while we're here.
I know with UFC being the top show in the world, you know, with smaller shows like, for example, Strike Force, they always, you know, will include local fighters on undercards. Can we expect anything like that from the UFC in the future, or at all incorporating the local guys?
Well, every time you go to a place, you know, whether it's Brazil and the Brazilians all want to fight, you know, in their home country. We go to Boston and Kenny wants to fight in Boston because it's our first show there. I mean, everywhere you go, you're going to have hometown guys that want to fight in their hometown. So we try to accommodate as many people as we can without having a whole card stacked full of guys from Houston. You know what I mean?
UFC versus Texas. Yeah.
Hey, this question is for Frankie. Frankie, I write here for Texas, but I'm originally from Jersey, South Brunswick. Wanted to see how big of a deal would it be for you and your fans to bring that title back to Jersey one more time?
Oh, it's everything. You know, I got such great support at home, and for me to bring that title home, it's, you know, it's not only for me, it's for them too. So, you know, I feel like they're in the cage with me.
We good? Fans? Yeah, let's get a couple fan questions. Yeah. All right.
Mr. White, my son would like to say hi to you.
Hey, buddy, what's up? How are you?
I guess he's shy.
Yeah, he's like the media today.
I'd like to say thank you. My family watch your pay-per-views every month.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank you for editing out a couple of weeks ago that little mishap with that gentleman in the small shorts. Because my son was watching, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to apologize to the whole world for that, actually.
Now, I was wondering if my son and I and my wife could get tickets to your event this.
Oh, here we go.
We would like to keep it as a family, and if one of us can't go,
Tickets haven't even gone on sale yet. It's Friday.
Yes, sir.
I'll be back in Houston, and I'll be tweeting. And you guys know I always hold tickets for the fans, and I'll be tweeting tickets. So if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Like that?
Hey, what's up, Dana?
How you doing?
Big fan, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, man. My
any
birthday's
questions for
Friday,
me?
man. What's up with some tickets?
You guys have any questions?
Okay. When's the next time you come back to Houston?
We didn't even come to Houston yet. How am I going to tell you when we're coming back? I will be tweeting tickets. Does anybody have any serious questions out there? All right. Yep.
I got
quick question for Kenny. Do you think the all balls brawl will go mainstream?
Yeah, that was a video we did. It was pretty funny, but who knows? You know, maybe if someone's looking for something a little more extreme, you know, you never know. The ABB for, you know, it was I did a funny video for collegehumor.com, and it was basically the only legal strike you could do was a strike to the midsection there, to the groin. So it was all groin shots. It's a video that we did. And pretty popular right
It's
now.
like the Showtime fight the other night.
Yeah.
Guess it already has gone mainstream.
Hey.
Anybody else with a serious question? We'll take one more.
Hey, over here. Okay, first I'd like to say I'm a fan. Everybody else?
Thank you.
Oh yeah? And this question is for Jose Aldo over there. What is your leg workout? Because I'd really like to kick like you. Kick people like you. Please.
Minha escola já vem disso desde o tempo do Ruas, né? Então eu vim dessa escola, sempre vi o chute por dia, então foi assim.
He learned that from Pedro Rizzo, watching Pedro Rizzo train and fight for many years, and being able to train under him too.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys very much. What I'm going to do is we'll rip this podium out of here, and I'll square these guys off in photo op. Thank you very much, Houston. We'll see you soon.